This is a little weird. I haven't sat in front of a camera by myself in a long time. I'm just gonna kind of look in the distance because I feel better about that. Kinda why I'm here with the camera, why I'm in my bedroom, that's because I have no other place to film. But why I'm here is because our president of Stand Up in the Park is leaving Emerson after the semester. She will not be back here for the spring 2022 semester. And I'm stepping into the role of president, which is really exciting, but really scary. But there are a lot of things that I think need to be worked on. I feel like we are not a cohesive unit. I feel like we could utilize our time better, just like productivity-wise. Branding, just like there's so much I feel like we could do, and I'm looking to these other comedy orgs for guidance the best way I know how, which is with a camera and kind of observing them and getting to know them on a more intimate level to see how they function and what is their core thing that connects each of them. But I'm hoping that I can learn something from each of them that I can bring into Stand Up in the Park into this next semester to make it the best organization that it can be. I'm really passionate about stand-up, but most importantly, supporting people's pursuit of stand-up. So I guess you are gonna come along with me as I try and figure out how I can make this org better.
I take off my fur.
This dog's gonna be fucking wild. This dog's gonna be us making.
Oh, my favorite part about being This Is Pathetic? Well, obviously, like, there's the part about getting to do, like, having so much fun with the long form improv, creating and, like, building the stories. But I also really enjoy the, like, the outside of the performing aspect, like, getting to, like, go to Zoe's apartment and having parties there, or, like, the basketball game and making, like, the jerseys and everything. That part's pretty cool.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, Rocco needs to die at one point. It's so mean. He's just, you know, he's in every scene. It's just like, okay, we get it. Like, yeah, he likes attention a lot, the guy.
Enter the park and take a whiz. That, study up. That will be on the quiz. If you look deep into your heart that's kind, there's something golden you will find. Trust your owner. Don't treat them wrong. You simply are a measly dog. A dog that's owned and you pull them by a leash. But that'd be bad, wouldn't it? Yeesh. Come to the competition and win your prize. For evil magic is your disguise. We have a winner! Thank you!
Being This Is Pathetic is like about knowing each other and respecting each other and like really valuing each other's purpose in this troupe. Every person feels important and like the troupe would be completely different without anyone. So I think it just means like feeling like you have a belonging and a group that like will always support you. I never am nervous for anything that we do together because like we just have such full trust in each other.
I'm not
used to being in a large group of people who are all really supportive of each other. And the first day I ever got into This Is Pathetic, I was like floored by how complimentary everyone is of everyone else.
This is a space like no other. It's a space where we could talk about really like, you know, heavy things that happen to us on the day-to-day because we trust each other and we all have this like undying love for each other because we're performing together all the time. But it's also a space where Jake can act like a dog and then I can kill him. Like anything can happen in this space.
We killed my wife. We killed my dog. Oh my God.
It's too much. They're all in the beyond now. There's no getting back.
I just love the group. We are like a little family, and so like all of our rehearsals are just so much fun. We just hang out. We just get to hang out with like my friends. So number one is just how much we get along and like to hang out with each other.
I mean, I'd say for This Is Pathetic, I like the friendship that we have. I like that if someone makes a poster, like everyone's immediately supportive. There's a lot of inherent support that I love. I hope that continues because I hope that environment for This Is Pathetic continues because I love that brand of just like a kind troupe.
I remember walking, I was so scared, walking into like the first, I don't remember what it was. It was like a workshop.
Workshop, I think.
Workshop, yeah. And I walked in, I was so, I was like shaking. And there's a huge circle and everyone was like crazy amount of people. And I put my bag down and I was like hanging out by the sidelines. And then Drew came over and he's like, he made a space for me in the circle. I was like, aww. And it was nice. Because you guys like make accommodations for people, make people feel, I don't know, nice.
What makes us work so well and what makes everything happen is the trust and relationships we have with one another. Truly, I think because of how close we are as friends first, have built a fantastic baseline for us to do improv with each other. And so I think, yeah, just going forward, like just making friends and relationships and trusting each other the most important thing.
It's been a long time since I've ice skated before.
Go for it, Tanya.
When I was a baby, my dad could tell me how to do a lot of things. How to jump over the sky, how to swim, how to do the emotions. I really don't. Me being vulnerable for the first time. Like, I don't know, I kind of mentioned it when I was like pinned up against a corner. But I don't find a lot of spaces where I'm like, oh, I don't have to worry about these people, or I don't have to like, I'm in my head a lot, day to day. And like, I'm super over analytical about everything I say and everything I do, and I think that like a lot of us are. And it's like it's so special that we've like created and we continue to like maintain a space where we can not have to do that. And we are literally forced to just go out and just share. And just, you guys have to remember, like, you guys have nothing to prove, only to share.
Being in This Is Pathetic means that we, at the end of the day, we support each other. In whenever we're on stage together, I think that it is all about support. You know, at the beginning of all of our shows, we like to go around and we look at everyone looks each other in everyone's eyes, and we go, I got your back.
I got your back. I got your back. I got your back. I got your back. I got your back. I got your back. I got your back. I got your back. I got your back. I got your back. I got your back. I got your back. I got your back.
So I just go poop rain for the rest of the day.
Like breaks the, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna break this up into individual singles.
Cool.
So we'll do, it's no big deal, man, it's just a game. Maybe you reach over.
Yeah, it's like a two-shot.
This is just, it's gonna be a single.
Oh, okay.
Just a game.
Okay. That's the other roommate card. I love it. Alright, ready?
Yeah.
And action.
How
My high school girlfriend proposed to me in a grotto.
Is that serious?
Yeah.
Wait.
For real.
Like she wanted to get married?
Yeah. That's, yeah.
What was her reaction?
I said no. And then we dated for 2 more months.
And then did she propose again? I get that she actually proposed. Wait,
Yeah, it's
that's
crazy.
Why have you not done a set about that?
It was a bit of a painful memory for a while. My personal favorite part about being in a Goose Troop is that you get a lot of freedom to just experiment and be weird. Because there's kind of no limits on what you can write and what you can say here, and it's just a really free space to just be like, I have this really weird idea, even if it isn't like on the theme that we're working on that week or whatever, you can just kind of write whatever you want and be like, guys, I want people to look at this and I want to show it to the world, and you can get really honest feedback, and it's such a cool experience to improve your writing.
What I do love about this troupe is the people. And maybe that's a little cheesy, but I think that this year, more than any other year, everyone has been so kind to each other and they give such good notes and they're so talented. And being able to come in every week, you know, I get a little stressed initially. I'm like, I have to make sure that I get to these agenda items, but everyone's so quick with the bits. It's so fun to be able to sit down and bounce ideas off everyone.
I think it really is just like the environment we're in, because I think honestly the whole group is really funny and we're all like cracking up the whole time, and it's like we all just mumble jokes to each other, but it's like a really cohesive energy. So I think it's just like the bits we create like as a troupe.
I just really like writing sketches and kind of getting to get feedback every week, and reading other people's sketches and working with them and just laughing together.
Being able to be in a room with a bunch of funny people and be able to bounce ideas off each other, I've never really been able to do that before, and in the film environment, that kind of, maybe within a writer's room, but it's very much controlled. It's not like the people that are actually making the film are also necessarily the ones in the writer's room. It's very kind of in its separate sections. No, it's not very cutthroat. You know, you shouldn't be kind of operating comedy troupes like it's about making the best content. It's about appreciating the people that you have in that moment and really trying to give them the best experience that they can possibly have.
Anytime there's silence.
I think it's nice in that way that we're all writing each sketch separately, because for me personally, it's harder to write as a group rather than me writing by myself. But I also like having everyone's suggestions afterwards, so that's both individual and collaborative.
I think a lot of stuff we learn about in school can get so serious, and I think, and it's important and it's good, but it's also just like nice to have that time on a Saturday or Sunday, just be like, I'm gonna just joke, because it doesn't even feel like a task or like an assignment when I have to write a sketch. It's like, oh shit, this is funny, and then we get to listen to some other funny sketches. I love it.
It's a lot of fun, and it's really nice to kind of come to that every week and just laugh together, and prepping for it too. I have so much fun writing sketches. It's like kind of insane. And it's just, yeah, it's just really refreshing. It feels like a glass of ice water.
Like from like an executive position, I feel like sometimes we are not cohesive as a group. And it's something that I've seen in other organizations that they have, and I love it. I think one thing that's been the most interesting and exciting bit about doing this whole thing is going to see going into the rehearsals of each of these 3 groups and how much they feel like one. And Stand Up in the Park, I feel like we don't have that yet.
The Stand Up in the Park writing sessions, which I think are kind of the highlight of Stand Up in the Park, in my opinion. I don't know. I think there's almost more focus within Goose Troop at these writing meetings of allowing everyone to pitch what they want to pitch. And I think that's a big part of Stand Up in the Park, but could also be focused on more moving forward. I think a lot of times when things get kind of go off the rails at writing sessions and we all just end up in crazy conversations, I think that is really fun and really beneficial because we build a community. But I think it also could be it can get distracting and can get kind of in the way of what's really important, which is helping each other be the best we can be.
This troupe, I don't want it to turn into like a battle of egos, which you see a lot in like pretty much, I mean, it's in any club, or especially in the film world of, you know, the person that's the loudest person in the room gets the most attention because they're the loudest. I hate that. I think that's terrible. So I wanted to be able to feel like we could all play a part together, and we needed all of us together in order to make the best possible, like, production.
I remember at the beginning of this semester, there was a lot more of us all around a table together, just listening to each other's jokes. And I think I felt a lot more of a sense of community on those days than I have recently with Stand Up in the Park. I think the thing that'll bring people together most within a troupe is working together on your work.
So you think a key component of working together and creating a sense of community is the actual work together? Does that make sense?
I think so, yeah. I personally feel the closest with the members of a Goose Troupe when we're working together to create comedy and when we're helping each other with each other's writing. That's what really brings us together and what helps us to understand how each other's minds work and makes us a cohesive unit and makes us able to work together even better in the future.
This dude's fucking crazy.
I'm starting to agree with you.
Never have I ever had an allergic reaction.
You bitch! You know I've had to use my EpiPen like 7 times!
Actually, this reminds us, we're actually like deathly allergic to nuts.
So you both should put a finger down.
No.
Being in Girly has made me realize like how much I love entertaining and like making people laugh. So the fact that I get to do that just with like awesome people all the time is really, really great and a lot of fun.
You get to direct, write, and like choreograph everything that you create in Girly, so it's great.
I didn't realize that going into Girly that we would dance and sing so much, but it's okay. Like I used to be a dancer for 12 years, so that's okay. But going into Girly, like not having any dance background would probably be kind of difficult because most of our shows, I don't think there's been a single show where we haven't done a dance number.
Being on stage with everyone, it's like a really collaborative group. There's a lot of last-minute decisions being made all the time and edits being made, and it's a really great group to work together to make stuff, and it's just a lot of different humors and different ideas put into one show. Being in a troupe that's predominantly female and just overall focused on empowering women in comedy, we accept all genders, of course, but I think that intention, you knowing that that's the intention of the troupe going in, has really created a community of like trust and just a comfort level that is essential in especially writing comedy with a group of people that makes us really special.
At being a comedy troupe, you can kind of, I think, it's a space where you can feel free to like share any idea and try anything, and it's like, if you're committed to it and you put time and effort into it, it can turn into something really funny.
There's never a bad idea. We don't only need to do sketch shows. We do whatever we want on stage, whether it's a dance number compiled of extremely non-dancers or a musical where no one knows how to sing. I think this special bond we share really allows us to do anything we feel like doing.
I don't know anymore.
Yeah, we definitely do some weird stuff for sure. We kind of, I feel like I said with the collaboration, we love to like throw out random ideas and see what sticks. So much of what we make comes from like just someone like suggesting something out of nowhere, or like us hearing a song, or us being like, what if we did this? And like often it doesn't work out, but I feel like, yeah, our weirdest ideas and like our silliest stuff comes from just like throwing out the most random ideas. Even if it's like a really like dumb idea, like let's take a musical that already exists and literally just read it verbatim on stage. I think we're good about like sticking to something and committing to it, even if it's like a crazy idea, and even if we think it's gonna like take a lot of effort and time, we're like, why not just try and like see what happens.
Oh, fuck yeah! I am the best person ever! And I killed some people, sure, yeah. But it's always girls support girls until one of them gets a boyfriend her friends don't like.
Your boyfriend was literally Charles Manson, babe. You come with a gun.
Being in the Girly Project means to me like a bunch of things, but mainly friendship and fun and definitely trust. It's the most creative space I found here at Emerson, and it's just such a great outlet for a group of people to put out completely original material whenever we want and however we want.
Probably my favorite part is our show, of course, because it's awesome getting to perform in front of people.
And also like with audience reception too, I think we're like, you know what, maybe people will like this, maybe they won't. Like we just want people to have a good time and laugh, so like let's put things out there and see what happens.
I have gained so much confidence in myself since being in this troupe. I think since most of the troupe, there's no adult, there's no higher up telling you what you have to do. It is all just a group of students doing this together. There's no cast of judgment or authority that is threatened at all to me. So there's so much ease that I have with it, and oftentimes I find myself being more relaxed at Girly than I am in my acting classes. So it's shown me how much like the people that you like will make the experience better.
I think being in the Girly Project means like taking comedy and writing and acting and entertainment seriously, but also doing it in a place where you're accepted and encouraged to perform and create as a woman or a gender non-conforming person.
This project has been so exciting, and I've truly found an undying love for each one of these troupes that I've gotten to know. There's so much that I have learned from them, so much. And I got to see where their bonds and their connections were formed from. This is Pathetic finds connection through the trust that they've created while performing together, but mainly they've created off stage together. Their focus as a group is on love and the respect that they have for one another as individuals. They just mostly just want everybody to know in their troupe that they're there to take care of each other, and they truly do take care of each other. And with Stamp in the Park, I definitely would really like to implement the ways that they have made sure that they feel this connected as a group. I just want to take that into Stamp in the Park into this next semester and allow each individual who comes to Stamp in the Park, whether they are trying it for the first time, they literally like their first session, or they're a year into Stamp in the Park, that they know that this is a community that is truly there to support them and help them just be the best they can be. A Goose Troupe finds their connection through the shared passion for writing and creating sketch comedy that each member has. They love the work. And what I'm going to take from A Goose Troupe and Stamp in the Park is I'm definitely going to reframe how writing sessions are run. I think there's going to be a little bit more structured time, as I was talking to Zach, who is in both Stamp in the Park and A Goose Troupe, and creating more structured time, and I think that will benefit a lot of our more quiet members who are really just at the writing sessions and not performing too much, and connecting them into the conversations that we're having, and also connecting, like we have a lot of small little pockets in Stamp in the Park because we are so big, but it would be incredible to see those pockets interact, and I think in a writer's circle, that's something that Stamp in the Park would really benefit from. The Girly Project finds their connection through their mutual love of entertaining, especially together, collaboratively. Each member is incredibly passionate about performing and creating a fun and exciting experience for the audience. However, unlike other spaces, this group keeps the stakes low and the collaboration high, so they can entertain and still be relaxed. Like if you take a look at like the theater world and even the comedy scene at large in general, it's very competitive, it's very cutthroat, and it can put a lot of pressure and take the fun out of the process and out of the actual entertainment, even though it's something that everybody in the theater industry shares that love. The Girly Project has found the perfect combination of being able to reach for the stars, making the audience laugh successfully, and just having fun doing it. There is no better or worse than in the Girly Project. I think in Stamp in the Park, that's a message I would like to restate and continue pushing. So I think it's important to remember that everybody in Stamp in the Park loves to entertain. You have to if you are performing stand-up comedy. So making sure that every member remembers that everybody is feeling the exact same thing. I'm thankful for this experience because I got to make so many new friends, and I'm so excited to work with them in and out of comedy. But mostly I'm grateful for working with these troupes because whether they knew it or not, they have helped to shape me as a leader. I feel more confident in leading Stamp in the Park than ever. Every troupe stated that they feel like a family, and I'm confident that Stamp in the Park can be a family just like they are.
Bitch.